All right, today we are talking about negotiating here in the Grand Bazaar.
Download now. The ultimate guide to Istanbul.
Rule number one, you need to understand what are you haggling for. I understand a lot of you guys think fake is cheap, and that's just not true. You have to understand what qualities are actually available to you here in Istanbul, Turkey. We'll use a bag, for instance. Let's just say you want a bag, you know the model you want, right? But what's available here? Can I get actually replica quality? Or am I only gonna be able to find low street quality, maybe some mid-range quality, you know, plastic, vinyl, cheap leather? Or am I gonna actually find something that actually is a true replica, which mirrors the retail version? Can I find that in Istanbul? These are the questions you have to ask yourself, and then you're finding the answers, you have to pregame. That's why you watch somebody like me. You wanna get an idea of what is available to you here. Then you have to understand the price ranges. Each one of those levels of quality has its own price range. Now, there is no such thing just like a cheap, low quality bag. There is actually varying degrees of low quality bags. It's varying degrees of mid quality bags, high quality bags, and then there's the replica bag. And then you have the Chinese replica bag versus the Turkish replica bag, and that's a whole other thing. But we're standing in Istanbul, Turkey, so we're gonna talk about Istanbul, Turkey. So, knowing what's available to you, understanding the range of prices for each of those qualities that are available to you, that's where you start. And like I said, a lot of you guys are only coming in for a few days. How do you get that knowledge and experience? You watch somebody like me, you pick up the information that I'm dropping to you guys so you guys can understand. So let's get into it.
Just download the free guide, it's free. It's packed with great information about the fakes.
All right, the second thing you need to do is that you need to have a max line that you want to spend, your red line, the max amount of money that you're willing to spend for the item before you ever start. If you start negotiating and haggling and you have no idea of what your bottom line is, then you're just wasting their time and your time. You need to have it in your mind that, okay, $200 is a max I'm going on this item. You don't tell them that, but like you have to have it. You have to have it because the information I'm going to give you, if you don't have this red line, then the rest of it is just pointless. Let them make the first offer. They have to give you a price. And then from there, is that price too crazy, too high? Are they trying to take advantage of you? Or are they telling you that this is the best quality available, yet you've seen higher quality, and this is definitely lower? You have to decide. And that's why doing some research will help you out at this moment. Because now you have to make your counter offer. And what is that gonna be? You're saying, what percentage should I really go for? What's acceptable? I don't wanna insult somebody. Of course, you don't wanna insult anybody with their offer. You don't wanna waste their time either. But you have to start low. You have your red line. You have to come up quickly with, okay, I'm going here. You have to start low because you need to give yourself room to work up as they work down. It's a slow process. So you go little increments. You go up a little, hello my friend. You go up a little bit, they go down a little bit. You go up a little bit, they go down a little bit. You have to have patience. It's gonna take time. But like I said, you need to start with that red line. If you don't have a max, that you're willing to spend, then all of it's for nothing. Okay, so now we're fully engaged in negotiating. They started, they dropped their opening price. How do we do this without insulting people? Humor goes a long way. You gotta be friendly, open, and you gotta have to gauge their interaction or their willingness to interact with you. Now you're probably thinking, Chris, you didn't tell me the percentage. Honestly, it's 60%. 60% is safe. People won't be insulted, yet, you know, you're also giving yourself a lot of room to work with. And I'm talking for upper mid-level or high quality, you go 50 to 60%. If you're outside in the street markets, that is low quality shit. It's different degrees of low quality. From low, extreme low to like a high low quality, if that's even possible. And out there, you gotta shoot 80, 90% because those guys are dealing with street level tourists all day. They will try to get over on as many people as they possibly can. So they might sell an item for $3, but they'll tell you $10, $12. Gotta have to understand that it's cheap quality, it's junk. You have to look at it and say, oh, it's like a stitching's falling apart or whatever it may be. When you're here in the Grand Bazaar, you have to understand that everything right off the bat is a mid-level quality and above. And then there's hidden rooms and hidden showrooms with high quality. Not much, there's not much high quality. In Istanbul, there really is not that much high quality. It's very restrictive, very rare. Very few places have it because majority of people that come here are going to go for the lower quality or the low mid qualities. So Inside the Grand Bazaar, 50 to 60% is safe. It's safe. What I mean by safe, it's polite. It's a manageable percentage. Listen, when in haggling, you're gonna get 20% off, no problem. 20 is an easy get. 30 you have to work a little harder for when you're dealing with upper mid-level and high quality, the replica stuff. But going 80 or 90 in here can cause some problems for you. You don't want to start off on a bad foot. You want to use humor. You want to, some icebreakers. You want to have a little rapport. You want to be able to read the seller. You need to understand the seller and where he's coming from. You don't want to waste his time. You don't want to waste your time. So you have to have in mind a set price, number one. Let them make the first offer, number two. Number three, you counter. Inside the Grand Bazaar, mid-level and above quality, you want to go 50 to 60%. Out on the streets, that kind of stuff, you're going 80 to 90%. So that's like a hard rule right there. You just go with that and flow with that. Inside, here especially, like I said, you want to have a good rapport. You want to be joking around, lighthearted. You don't want to have any aggressiveness. Now, sometimes outside, you will sense more aggression outside. You want to see they're trying to figure out how interested you are in the item, and you want to see how interested the seller is with negotiating with you. If you're kind of feeling like they have no interest in negotiating, then don't waste your time. If they don't have any interest in negotiating with you, and you drop that 50 to 60%, and they don't come back with a good counteroffer, I want to be a good counteroffer. Like I said, it's a slow process. You go up a little, they go down a little. It's a nudge back and forth. It takes time. It's a process. You got to be patient. But you have to do it with a good attitude. You have to have fun with it. And you read them. If they kind of start to feel disinterested, you have to read them like they read you. They're reading to see how interested you are. If you're not really interested in the haggle, they know it. They can sense it because they might throw a shock price at you. Where now it's that old saying, shit will get off the pot. They throw a price at you that's definitely in your wheelhouse and you kind of bluffed on it, they know you're really not interested. And you have to do the same with them. If they're not interested in what you're putting out there and they're losing interest in the haggle, walk away. You just walk away. The walk away works two ways. You have to read the room. If the haggle's not going because they've lost interest, then walk away. Because you're wasting their time and your time. It's not gonna happen. Now, if you feel that there's tension happening, right? There's tension, walk away also. You don't want anything to do with that. The other one is, let's just say you feel like they're interested, however, it's moving too slow, always walk away. Use the walk away. Now, where the walk away doesn't work, we're gonna talk about that in a second.
If you find this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing.
Let's talk about the walk away and where the walk away doesn't work at the ultra high quality places. When you're dealing with the replica or the high quality places, there's so few of them here that it's rare. And they're not by each other. That's usually the other issue. And they know that. They know that they have the advantage there, that you can't just walk somewhere else and get that same quality. Or they know their competition well, and they know that their competition doesn't have a better price than them and won't come down that far. So you have to think about this. This is where walking away in a high quality place doesn't work as well as out on the street market or the mid quality, the lower mid quality. You could use the walk away there to easily gain an advantage and have them so you can really sense how interested are they in getting this deal done. And I'll say, how do you build on that? How do you build so where they don't want to let you go? They don't want to let you walk away. Buying more items. The more money you're willing to spend overall, the more interested in spending the time with you to get your money. They all say here, how can I take your money today? So you have to understand that they don't want small money. They want to make a big sale. They want to get you in and they want to close the deal. And if they feel that they don't want to let you walk out the door, you got to use the walk away. That's how you make it work. Now, in a high quality place that's selling stuff that's kind of rather rare here and there's not much competition for them, you walking away doesn't matter because you're going to come back. You're going to quickly realize I can't find that quality. And number two, I'm not finding the price either. So you're going to come back hat in hand, and this is where you lost any leverage you had. You don't want to appear desperate to buy the item. So you kind of have to be in check with, I really like it and I'm interested in buying this item, if we can make the deal work. But if you have that whole thing where like, I gotta get this, I gotta get it, they know that. And they're not gonna be as willing to go back and forth with you, tit for tat, when it comes to negotiations. So you kind of have to be interested, but not to appear desperate. When is it the time to say, you know what, this is not gonna work out? You have to understand when's the time just to give up and kill it, just go. Like, move on. You're not gonna get it at the price you need it at. It's not gonna work. Everybody's wasting their time. It's just not fun any longer. You have to build that up. And it could take you a couple of haggles to realize, oh, okay, I went too far on that haggle, or I hung in there too long, to the point where it was fun and we were having a good time, but then like, we got way past that point of, yeah, this is not gonna work out. You don't wanna waste your time. You maybe only have 4 to 5 hours slotted for shopping. The more time you waste in haggling on a dead haggle, what happens is if you get a bad haggle, it could ruin the rest of your day. Like, you don't wanna do it any longer. And if you come into the markets, and part of the cultural experience here is that it's Istanbul, everything is negotiable. Unless it's a fixed price, then that's a different discussion. However, it can ruin your day, and you don't wanna ruin your time here. You wanna have fun. So be lighthearted, keep up a good attitude, but know when to walk away. Know when to like, hey, listen, the seller's not interested in my offers. I'm not interested any longer in the item. We're not gonna get to that magic number. We're just wasting each other's time. That's when you have to learn, like, yeah, this haggle's dead, just let it go. It's just not gonna happen. The other thing is, you wanna be able to ask for extras, and the way you do that is like, be a good customer. Be a good customer, spend some money, and they want you to go home happy. They want a price that works for everybody, especially when a place is very, very well established, and they have a good reputation. They know that you're gonna tell your friends and family, like, yeah, I got this here, I got that when I was in Istanbul. And your friends and family are gonna say, oh, do you have that information? I'm going to Istanbul. Or you might wanna order from them and have it shipped to you. This is why they wanna make you happy as well. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful in some way. If you did, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you support the channel. If you need to get at me, hit me up on WhatsApp, Instagram, things like that. And remember, it's Istanbul, have a good time, enjoy yourself. You wanna leave Istanbul, wanting to come back to Istanbul. And until next time, peace, I'm out.
Everybody wanna see me stop. Breaking down walls, no sheetrock. Hot boy steaming off top like teapots. Hey, yeah, y'all want smoke, then get hit with a detox. Coast to coast, been a pro shooting E-locks. Y'all don't rap the bars, weak those cheap shots. Good, I came through blazing. Call me Kanye, what's craving? Been a villain, I don't need no praising. No cape, I don't do no saving. Ay,